Hey guys, it's Linda here, your psychic medium spiritual advisor. As promised, we had my circle group yesterday, so I would like to share some of the things that we talked about at Circle. So one of the first things we did is, as always, we kind of share our personal experiences with each other. And I want to encourage you guys, if you are having experiences, whether that's with spirits or your guides or anything like that, to just get a notebook or even use your phone and jot it down, because it's so easy to forget. So jot it down, and then you can kind of share that with me or share it with other people. So we always start with sharing. And next, we talked about self-healing. Let me tell you, it is one of the things that I really wish they taught in school, and I really wish it's something that that everybody just kind of knew, but we don't. We get trained to look for outside sources to guide us and to heal us. And doctors only treat the symptoms. They don't treat the cause of what's happening. And it's so amazing of what you, your soul, your mind, and your body can do if you put some effort in there. So I want you guys to kind of pay attention a little bit more to those aches and pains that come up out of nowhere, those illnesses that just pop up and you can't kind of figure out why. There is a reason for that, and you can fix it almost like instantly by releasing the emotions attached to it. If you want more information, we can definitely sit down and talk about that. But I want you guys to really start to pay attention about how you feel, because it's your feelings that are creating your life. And if you're feeling pretty crappy, I can almost guarantee your body feels pretty crappy too. So you really need to kind of up your game a little bit, and all those aches and pains will go away. It's as simple as that. You just got to put a little bit more effort in there. The next thing we talked about was our inner GPS. We all have our soul inside of us, and our soul knows our life map. They know what we're here to do. And the funny thing is we are always looking for outside sources to tell us what we should do, when we should do it. But that's all inside of us. Listen to that gut feeling. I promise it will not lead you in the wrong direction, and you're not gonna have to struggle so much. The funny thing is, and here's the hard part to understand, is sometimes we have to go through the bad, go through the shit in order to get to the good stuff on the other side. That doesn't mean you went in the wrong direction. It just means you have to make it through the crap first, and then you can kind of sit and enjoy. So start listening to that inner gut as much as you possibly can, and stop looking for other people to tell you who you are, what you need to do, because that's all inside of you and you get to decide. The next thing we talked about was how ghosts are people. And I don't want anybody to ever be afraid of ghosts, spirits, anything like that. 99% of the time, a ghost or a spirit is either a loved one or just a regular person like you. So don't be afraid. Usually what's happening is they don't even know you're there, or you're a ghost in their world, right? So it might be scary, right? They might throw something at you because they're freaking scared. So I want you to kind of think of it that way. And the other thing is, you would not, I watch these ghost shows and they're like taunting and being really mean to the spirits and yelling, and like people are terrified. But think of it this way. What if that was your grandmother? What if it was your father or your mother, and people were being rude or being scared of them? That's not fair. You wouldn't want that. You would want them to be welcomed and loved and appreciated, because they are people. So the next time you do have an experience, just kind of stop and say, wait a second, this spirit probably does not want to hurt me. They're just as confused as I am, and they're a person, and they had a life, and they had family, and they probably just want to connect and have that interaction again. So the next time it happens, I always say, if you're not surrounding yourself with the white light of the Holy Spirit, do it every morning, every night before you go to bed. But make sure you're protected, and then talk to them just like a person. You don't need to be afraid. And like I said, 99% of the time, it's just good people. And that other little 1%, they usually don't come around unless you invite them in, but they are out there. The darkness is out there, I will not lie, but they only come around the dark people. So just protect yourself and you'll be safe and enjoy. The other thing we talked about was letting go of expectations. So many of us expect our loved ones and our spirit guides to communicate in a certain way. And that is just not the case. They're going to communicate in the way that they feel most comfortable, in a way that is easier for them. So I know with talking with so many clients, they really wish their loved ones, they could see them, right? See their body. That takes a lot of effort to take a form. It really does. But that doesn't mean they're not coming around you. They might be coming around you with through movement, through sound, through lights, all that kind of stuff. You need to pay attention because that might be how they communicate. Let the expectations go and just welcome it in. And don't ignore it. And that's one of the things, like you ask your grandmother to come and comfort you or to give you an answer, and the light flickers and you're like, oh, that's weird, and then you ignore it, right? Or your phone makes a sound but there's nothing, there's no notifications, there's no nothing, it's just making sound. So that's them coming through to let you know they're there. So leave the expectations and welcome that communication. And then the last thing, and this is a huge thing because I know it affects so many people, and I'm just curious, are you tired? And the tired I'm talking about isn't I didn't get enough sleep last night. The tired I'm talking about is soul tired, where you are done, you're exhausted, and you don't think you can take anymore. That's the tired that I'm worried about. If you are tired like that, soul tired, I really want to encourage you to hand it over to God, your source, whatever you want to call it, and ask for help. You may not see the help coming. You might not see it right away, but I promise you, in that invisible world around you, your angels and your guides and your loved ones are trying so hard to support you. Hand it over, tell them what you need, and I promise they do have your back. You're not alone. And as I was saying to the group last night, one of the best things you can do when you get soul tired is to kind of cocoon yourself in love. So when a person passes away and they have a hard time letting go of this life, what they do is they go into what I call as a healing process, and basically they're cocooned in love. So kind of picture yourself wrapped in like this big fluffy white duvet and just wrapped all around, and you're warm and you're safe and you're just full of love. Picture that happening to you every single day until you kind of get out of that soul tiredness, because that's not a good place to be. When you get soul tired, that's when the darkness comes in, and that's not a good place. So ask for help. You don't have to do it alone. You're never alone. And even if you don't feel like you have a lot of family or friends that you can reach out to, and it sounds odd to say, but strangers do have your back. People care about people. I know you go on the internet and you see a lot of really bad stuff, but generally people care about other people. So you're not alone. Reach out and just talk to somebody. And then, like I said, hand it over to God or source or whatever you believe in. So those are the main topics that we talked about last night. If you have any questions about those, feel free to reach out. I have no problem answering them. And I hope you all have a fabulous day. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.